Well, I think your analysis was very straight-lined. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing frogs.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Akash Persaud, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go down that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they were talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD. I got nothing.
Calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Tomorrow, Taylor. That's good. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
yes,
but an erratic detective is Mikhail Rodriguez.
Why an African slap an Indian? Why a man and slap a woman? No, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
You apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. Hi there. Good evening, Friday evening. If you're in other parts of the world where it's not the evening, good afternoon, good morning. This is our Friday call-in edition of the Freddie Kissoon Show with co-host Akash Persaud. By now you know we show some videos to tell you what's going on, some positive things, some not so pleasant things, but things that are out there that people should know, want to know, and in many instances are entitled to know. You live in a country, you're entitled to know that 3 trucks run off the road and kill 15 people. I mean, it's unpleasant news, but you can't hold back what occurs in a country from people. I mean, who has that right to tell someone, to tell a journalist, man, don't put on the news 15 people have been killed? I mean, it comes back to who has the right to make those decisions. So, as you know, we will show you some videos. Before we do that, how do I put this over? I've been writing columns for 36 years. 36 consecutive years. Next month will be 36. Sometimes you write columns and nobody tells you anything about it. There's no reaction. Sometimes you get some modest reaction. Sometimes you get some fairly large reactions. And sometimes you get an outpouring and people saying, I didn't know this, Freddie, what happened? This. So, as you know, I do a daily column for the Guyana Chronicle. And today's column, I've got a lot of reaction. I don't know why, but the traffic was higher than so many other columns I did the past 36 years. The first caller I got early this morning was from a senior minister, and he said, what happened to him, man? What happened there, Freddie? So I'm going to read from the column and then tell you about the reaction I got from people, beginning with a senior minister this morning. I am not going to call his name, that is not necessary. Okay, this is the column. It's entitled The Ghost That Follows Me, and it's about my life in politics the past 58 years, how people react to a public figure, controversial figure. Some of the reaction are exhilarating, high, you know, can we keep in touch? Is there anything I can do for you? You have reactions when you go into a place, people say, yeah, Mr. Kissoon, come in. As is you, 50% off. You go in some places and people's face are just bursting with anger. And you know, no, this is a wrong area. You know, you may have said something politically, you may have written something. So I had an unpleasant experience day before yesterday. My brother came in and for his son's funeral, just for 2 days, touchdown and attend the funeral, do the preparation and leave. And I went to see him, right, to take him home. And at the hotel, I walked in there and I told the lady, I'm here to see my brother. She said, Mr. Kissoon, yeah, I know that. He's upstairs. I said, well, could you show me? Well, you can't find the place. Look and you will find where upstairs is. Well, I know that's the Freddie Kissoon thing. And so I decided to do a little autobiographical snippet about these kinds of encounters. And one of the incidents have caused people to email me and to call me to ask me, how could this happen? But let me read for you some of the things that have happened recently. I'm reading now. In July this year, I had an experience that is unforgettable at the wedding of the editor-in-chief of the Guyana Chronicle. I spent a long time chatting with the managing editor, Rabindra Rupal, that I knew way back during our Kaicho News days. We proceeded to the buffet table. A man was in front of me, then I was next in line, then another guest, then Rabindra. You take your plate and cutlery to the server. She attended to the gentleman in front of me, then rudely skipped me and began to serve people at the back of me. She just had a vexed look on her face when she looked at me and just bypassed me. People in the line objected to her behavior, including Rabindra. I did not want an incident at the wedding, so I simply laid down my plate and cutlery and left the dining area. Rabindra and another guest with his wife objected and told her she was wrong. Rabindra decided to bring dinner for me, but I declined. It was a story of my life. It brought back memories of experiences in my country, which I would like to share. The notes that follow are autobiographical snippets. I was at the wake of the son of Adam Harris with AFC stalwart Dennis Atwell. There were 4 of us as a group on the parapet chatting. Adam's relative, I didn't want to be more specific before the lady sued me, though she did what she did. Adam's relative came out with a large waiter with about 6 plates of food. She handed one to Dennis, skipped me, then she shared to the other 2. Dennis was livid and approached her. I held him back, but he was so indignant he decided we should leave. Then there's an incident recently involving the Vice Chancellor of the university, Dr. Paloma Mohammed. We live in the same compound. My neighbor asked me to take care of her pet for a few days. One day I could not find the cat and decided I would check the entire compound. While my search took me to the Vice Chancellor yard, her vehicle drove up right next to my car, but she did not come out or wind down the window. The next day, the Vice Chancellor went on the email string that links all the residents of the compound and inquired, these were her words, why Freddie Kissoon was looking into my yard. On the string, Haji Roshan Khan forcefully defended me, but I choose not to respond. Sunday Chronicle columnist Maureen Rampatab, who lives in my area next to me, explained to Dr. Mohammed that I was looking for a lost cat. Dr. Mohammed knows me well, and in the long years we knew each other, there was never an unpleasant word between us. I have never written anything negative about her tenure since she became Vice Chancellor at UG. I believe from president to cabinet minister to judge to police officer to army officer that know me would have asked me what the problem was. Those are some of my experiences that I've related in my article today in the Chronicle. Well, I got a call from a senior minister saying, why the Vice Chancellor acted like that? Then I got a few emails, a few telephone calls, but quite a number of emails about the Vice Chancellor. And I explained to all of them why I think she acted that way, which I cannot explain here. I don't want the woman to sue me. But I can't go further because your lawyer may say, you're implying this, you're implying that. But what I wanted to say is that it was really a shock to me, given the fact that I know this lady very well. It was a shock to me, and it's hard to recover from that because this is someone who lives in my compound, who knows me very, very well. We taught at UG together and attended meetings, hundreds of them together. And we have no bad blood. But it takes an incident to bring out what's hidden in your Freudian mind, what is there lingering, but you keep it repressed, and then an incident happens and it comes out. So I wrote this column about that, and I got quite a number of calls about, and why the Vice Chancellor did that. All of the people said, but Freddie, she could come out and say, Freddie, what's going on? Freddie, what happening? Freddie, is there a problem? Most humans in the world, 99% of them, would have said, Mr. Kissoon, is there a problem? It just goes to show you when you become controversial, what people have in store for you. So let's go over to Akash.
Hello, good evening, everyone. It's good to be back. I don't know about Freddie and the ghost has been following him, but tonight, I don't think any ghost will be following him when it comes to food, because we have some amazing products, locally made products here, locally packaged products from Malia's Kitchen, Mitai, Salseo.
You don't call it salsa chicken foot?
Well, he got salseo here, right? So I'm chicken foot, salsa, and these are being sold in
packaged.
Well, really amazingly packaged stuff. And this packaging that you can see here will be replaced by this with this packaging very soon, and it has the Made in Guyana packaging on it. The logo by GNBS approved. And the man said that you did say it on the program once, that once you having local products, you can bring it on the show. We'll showcase it.
Every local producer has an open invitation on Friday evening to come sit right here, bring their products, and we will do the advertising freely. Absolutely freely, and we are happy to champion your cause. I believe that one of the darkest corners of this mine is the colonial mine, where people want to buy Pepsi and frown on local beverages that are manufactured by Banks DIH, manufactured by DDL. I live across the road from Massey's Supermarket, and let me tell you what stupid, ignorant, insipid, psychotic Guyanese go on with. Those people buy a quarter pint. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, little children, older folks, if you're listening, I live across the road from Massey Supermarket, and I see how the colonial mine is the most dangerous thing in the world. These people would go to the fridge, the freezer. I am telling you, a quarter pint of Häagen-Dazs ice cream made by a country that has no agricultural land, has no cows, is a large industrial country that manufactures planes and big machines. Germany, which Guyana, a small farm in Guyana. There are farms in Maikoni and Mahaika that are 10 times larger than any farm you find in Germany. And a quarter pint, now listen, please listen to the word coming out of my mouth. A quarter pint of Häagen-Dazs ice cream is $1,120. A quarter pint of ice cream made by rich agricultural countries, and I'm going to call Guyana, is $80. The Banks DIH and Bihari Group of Companies Sterling make some wonderful ice cream. There is one called Almond Delight, that is better than anything coming into this country. Banks the IH have 3 types that are better than anything coming into this country. You have to stand up and just glance and see what the asinine Guyanese are buying, are founding upon our local thing and buying. It's not that they buy dates. Dates is good. And when it's Ramadan, people break the fast with dates. We don't produce dates in Guyana. I buy dates all the time. It's a psychic thing from my days when my mother used to go Christmas shopping. But Bihari makes pastries. Bihari make pasta that is good as any pasta coming from outside. A box of juice from Nestle's is $9.20, and it has a number of preservatives whose chemical content are cancerous. DDL make a box juice, cherry, pineapple, orange, for $304 without those chemicals inside. You got to go and see how people shop. And I told Akash, I think one of the reasons for that is when they go into the supermarket and you see this deluge of goods, thousands of items of goods, they get confused and they want to pick up things that are from outside. Do you know in the Dominican Republic they make a chocolate that is franchised from Jamaica called Richmond. It's $140 and it is good as Cadbury, which is $360. And I look at the people shopping at Marseille, Guyanese, and I don't care what I'm about to say. I don't care. When you look at the car they drive and the clothes they wear, these are no upper middle class people. You can tell a person, I don't care. I think this is a sociological fact. You can tell a person's income bracket or class standing based on the clothes they wear. For example, I am low middle class. I don't wear no designer clothes. So when you see me on the road, you can tell I have a certain limited income because I don't wear a designer clothes. I can't afford it. I went to the mall, Gayfland Mall. My cousin William Cox worked at the office of the president. I coming out of Banks DIH, and he told me Dairy Queen sells the best cone. I took my $1,000 and asked for a cone and got back $40 change. A cone at Dairy Queen was $960, and for the love of me, for God's sakes, Banks DIH cone is $160. A huge cone, and it's much better. That's because we're an agricultural country. This Dairy Queen ice cream is coming maybe from some country where they have a queen, and since the queen makes the ice cream, it costs that amount of money, maybe the Queen of Sweden or the Queen of Spain. We're an agricultural country. Sweden cannot make better ice cream than us. You stupid if you think so. Sweden makes submarines. Sweden make big large machines. We are an agricultural country. Our fudge will be better than outside. Our guava cheese will be better outside. We are endowed with agricultural land, so we specialize in agriculture. Why are you buying ice cream from Germany? For every cow Germany has, we have 1,000 more. Why are you going to buy Häagen-Dazs, a little, I wanted to use an unjournalistic term,
No.
quarter pint ice cream for $1,020 a cash.
Freddie, try one of the. Which one are you going to try? This
Well, I don't eat nothing spicy.
No, but the one slightly spicy. Try this one.
Please call this man and tell this man take back some of these things.
No, Natasha Lee is asking if she wants some. This product, it's called Malia's Kitchen. Look for the brand Malia's Kitchen, and you can get it on any of the supermarkets here, leading supermarkets here, right here in Georgetown. Malia's Kitchen. They have mitai. They have this milk fudge also. In a nice package here, and it has the nutritional values and sugar and calories and everything.
So
well
the
packaged.
mitai I'm going to eat, you put on this dirty
No,
table.
no, man. You cook mitai. I eat from. Freddie, you frightened
eat
it
mitai?
from. You sit down at this table all this time and you work at the table.
I older than you, my immune
This is
system.
amazing. This is amazing.
We have
Very
to give back
fresh.
this man some. After giving the operators, and you take. I don't want any.
I will get it back to him. Don't worry. So
mitai.
Maria's Kitchen. Try the mitai.
Mitai, all right?
Somebody say,
Man, this is class, man.
Imam Bacchus. Somebody says, Gulsha saying that Imam Bacchus has the best ice cream. So Imam Bacchus is in Essequibo. We gotta try that one day. Imam Bacchus has ice cream in Essequibo.
If Javi Kavai is here with me, could he, for free, fly over some Imam Bacchus ice cream for me, please? Javi's my friend.
Take a ride to Essequibo. No, Fred, when last you went to Essequibo?
A long time.
You didn't even know what Essequibo look like right now. So as you know, we show videos on. But tonight,
Look, buy local, man, please.
no, it's amazing. I can tell you this chicken foot, this salseo, is really good. It has a slight spiciness to it. Freddie don't eat no pepper at all, and he's eating it. Which one you like more?
The chicken pot got a little spicy, but
Yeah,
I mean the mitai is nice, man.
and it's crunchy. It's really
You
nice.
didn't eat any mitai?
I did. Look at here. Look up. The one from the table that you're telling me.
But you don't eat it?
Yes. So is Malia's
just
Kitchen.
bite the
Look for them. Look for them in leading supermarkets right here in Georgetown. I hope they can expand to other places.
Buy local, please. Exercise the ghost in your colonial mind. You know, Akash, what is heartbreaking?
Tell me.
Do you know banks, DIH, DDL, and all these companies employ single mothers, employ poor people? If you don't buy Bihabi pasta, do you know the poor people that work at these factories? Why you
Irrespective
going
of
to buy
what it is,
foreign
we
pasta?
should be supporting local. We should be supporting our local businesses, our local, like Malia's Kitchen. These are good products. Thanks to Mr. Bistram Singh for bringing over these products tonight and leaving it here, as Mr. Kissoon said.
Akash, if you want to buy a Nike boots,
I wear
they
Nike.
don't make Nike.
But I wear
Who
Nike.
can blame you for buying a Nike?
Right.
You don't.
Exactly.
Right. But what you going and buy Germany's ice cream for?
Yeah. Well,
Will you going and buy a pasta? $560 pack. And Bihavi has the same pasta
180.
for $180.
Yeah.
Why? How could a human being be so stupid?
No, but let's see, Mr. Kissoon, what happens. There are a lot of times and this is what has been happening. Many of our local producers has not been stepping up the game as it relates to packaging also. And in marketing, packaging, the way you present your product has a lot to do with the appeal of someone. It's the aesthetics of something. You can make this thing look so good. And a lot of times when you go with your kids, especially to the supermarkets, and they're going through the shelf, they have studied, the people who have packaged this thing have studied the human psychology to know that when you see this product, because of the packaging, it is going to be appealing to you. So a lot of times people say, buy that one, because why? There is a certain amount of quality that is perceived to be attached to these things.
Packaging for his pastas are very good.
It's good. You can see the pasta, but
it's not.
Congratulations, and this is the way Guyanese has. This is the way we have to go with our packaging. Let us be competitive. Let us stand out on the shelves of the supermarkets. Let us go out there and present ourselves. We are here, and this is local, and it makes no sense for this product to go to America and other places, repackage the same thing, because that's happening with coconut milk. Coconut milk is leaving. Coconut is going to other countries, packaged and come back here as a product of Guyana. That shouldn't happen. But congratulations again to the Singhs on this product. We encourage you to buy local. We encourage you to bring your products on the show.
If you're living near the studio, Laluni and Irving Street, drop around and collect a pack of salsa or
On Monday, not because nobody's outside right now. But I want to show something. We have had a spate of accidents across this country. And today there was one that is so bad that when I show Mr. Kissoon, I'm surprised you still have an appetite to eat from your reaction. But look at this. Have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what's happening here. Somebody labeled it Tokyo Drift. Look at this. The other person had to pull over on the median to give these guys a pass. I mean, sorry, the video is not that bright, but what are we doing?
Show it again.
Look at these. Look at these in and out. Look at these three people. They're racing, 4 of them. The other man had to pull over, and this one left stuck in this corner, and the one left stuck on by the median, and they just go and then make a strong 90-degree in front of these people. This is what is leading
Akash,
to the accidents that we have in this country. I'm going to show you an accident now. I want to say viewers discretion advised on this one. A woman, you be the judge of this. As I said, viewers discretion advised because it is someone died in the process of this of what you're going to see here. We took it from another news agency newsroom, and we want to give them credit for that. Now, this lady is riding a bicycle going in that direction. There is a minibus crossing there, and then there is a truck there, and then vehicle coming. Now look at what happens. You be the judge of this. Have a look at this. Look, the truck stopped. She continued going, and there it is. The truck took that woman. When the truck passed, she's not even there anymore. She is not even there anymore. Nobody. She gone with the truck.
The truck dragged her on the bicycle. Let's show that one more time.
It is unbelievable the
what
level
goes on in this road.
Look.
You have to see that lady.
Look. Let us look at this again. I don't know. I'm not casting blame on anybody here, but let us be logical. Let us look at what's happening here, and let us look. These vehicles are coming over, and you stop. The woman decided to go. The woman put out her hand, but she can't stop no truck. When the truck continued driving, she's not even there to be seen on the scene anymore, but she's been dragged by the wheel of that truck. What going on? And you know what is causing this, Freddie? It is the.
Before we go to another video, we have reached the age. We have reached the age of surveillance cameras. You cannot come out of a nightclub in any part of the developed world and you walking behind a lady and you attack her. There's surveillance cameras all over. We have now reached that stage. If you go by the seawall, you will see the surveillance cameras all over. There are surveillance cameras all over to show when a car comes out of a lane, another person panic and lock them up.
And people have dash cams, right? Everybody has dash cam. Now, it was brought to my attention yesterday that I didn't see it, but Mr. Kissoon brought to my attention that a man fell. I don't know if he fell in.
He was riding his electric bicycle, and he was going fast, and he hit what should not have existed, a huge crater on the road by where I live.
By UG, yeah.
And it pitched him, and probably the injury from the impact killed him.
So this is just out, this is on the railway embankment, just outside of that that ISKCON that Hari Krishna
right,
sent out there. So it is
the traffic lights at UG Road and railway embankment.
So I decided to go down yesterday after Freddie told me about this to see this thing for myself, and believe me, it is a crater. Now there are several. This is one of them. That's not the one that I believe caused the accident. But if we go up the road a little bit here, you are going to see one because this one is over the line. There is a white line that passes on the road that says, well, you can stop beyond that and so on,
Look,
right?
It's over the line.
And it's over the line and it's deep. I can tell you this thing is deep. Look at this thing, and this is what that man may have encountered. But have a look at this. Have a look at that. And he died. He died sadly. That we have to, we got to show this to say that somebody has died because of this. He couldn't see it. Maybe it's nighttime and he can't, it's poorly lit and all that. And he died. I mean.
But do you know?
Look at this thing.
But Akash, do you know about 20 years ago? If you go in the newspaper and go on television programs in Guyana, this happened?
Yeah,
It happened 20 years ago?
Pothole is like pepper at Christmas. You know, you can't. You know, it's all over.
But what? When they have to get a maintenance crew driving. You know what caused those roads to deteriorate like that? That's the way we bank those big trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Those big trucks created that crater, and all you had to do, all the maintenance crew, you have to have a maintenance crew driving around Guyana to see these things and quickly patch them.
Now, I want to show you this video here. Someone sent this video to me. They said this is around by the old GBC building on Safon Street there. There's a gas station. Now, all of the employees of GGMC, that is, they're parking over here on this premises and not leaving place for the business to operate. So someone sent this video to me, and this is what it is. So all the vehicles that are parked on both sides of the business of the road belong to the employees, but they're also encroaching on the other side, which is where this gas station is, and that is becoming a concern. It's not good for business. And you know, the guy, he has his place. And they're parking over on his place also. Parking on his parapet, parking on his where he has to conduct his business, where people have to come, customers have to come and park, and.
But GGMC is not involved in a controversy at the moment.
Yeah, well,
it's all over the news.
Yeah, well, this, I really hope that that somebody can help this, you know, help that situation. We just received something that there was a shooting not too long ago on Cemetery Road, but I want to show you this. We received this photograph, and it's on this morning. This is Good Hope. And there is a junkyard on the parapet. And there is a business to be opened in front of this place very soon. And this is what people are facing.
But that is why in journalism, you have to be fair.
Yeah.
You know, one evening, one Friday, a man called and said, but don't blame the government, blame the city council, and we agreed.
Yeah.
Right. Now, who now, if the city council is delinquent, who now is delinquent in an area where the city council has no jurisdiction?
Yeah.
Good Hope.
As a matter of fact, the Guyanese critic this morning, he said that these is not just garbage city anymore, it's garbage country.
Well, I wonder if the man who called in a few weeks ago and said, Akash, don't blame the government, blame the city council. I wonder who to be blamed for the garbage there in Good Hope. Well, let's show you a drive-by shooting.
This happened not too long ago. As a matter of fact, when I was driving coming to the studio, I did see a set of people running, going in one direction. Freddie tell me I should have gone. Me? I know that this is through Cemetery Road. So this happened. Somebody was shot not too long ago on Cemetery Road. As you can see, the man is lying there on the ground. He's a resident. I think his name is his last name.
Gary Rodriguez.
His last
Troy
name.
Rodriguez.
Troy Rodriguez. His last name is Rodriguez.
Do you know who's Troy Rodriguez?
And he's from Lane Avenue. Lane Avenue. Freddie, that's your neck of the woods. You grew up in that area, right?
No. I'm more Wortmanville.
Oh, Wortmanville.
Lane Avenue's over Princess Street. I'm from Princess Street. Go back to Brickdam.
So, you know, if you have videos, send in your videos to us tonight. Let us have a look at your videos. We will try to show take as many of your calls and so on. So
you have a call there?
Yes, we have a call. We have our first caller here. Caller, good evening. You are live on air.
Hi, good evening. I'm actually calling with some concerns with similar issues in Collingen and Enterprise on the East Coast. We're having similar issues there where these drivers, they don't care, these truck drivers, because there is a new scheme at the back of Enterprise that's now developing. The black and white bridge in Enterprise is broken, and you cannot access that. The Collingen Road has big holes where trucks are actually fastened, and you cannot move and go anywhere. Nothing is being done. The NDC is not doing anything. These guys are just taking positions for name in this village. We had a few weeks ago, the road was so bad that they came and they put some of those red sand there. Right now, there's a video going around on Facebook where people that's living there, their kids are suffering from asthma. They cannot breathe. They're taking a blower and blowing the dust so you can see how much dust, how it's deteriorating their promises. It's really, really bad, and we wish that the government would actually go in and see. And this is the main access road to Enterprise.
All right. Well, I hope that the people from the NDC are listening and they hear this and they can bring some relief to the people there, because
we have the director of sports, Ray Singh, who is like 9 o'clock in the night. He's actually taking cameras and fixing roads and whatever, but he's really not doing anything. It's only his friends and family who's getting the contract.
All right. Well, as you know, ma'am, I really hope that some relief comes to those people. But here's the thing.
Send us anything you have, right?
If there are any videos, if anybody has any videos or any pictures or so of what's happening, send it to the same number via WhatsApp, and we are going to show it.
And keep calling. Call again next week, Friday evening, if there's no improvement. Just keep banging away.
I will
calling.
go ahead. I will send you that video right away. And
thank you so much.
That something is being done, because the people of Enterprise really need their help and support right now.
Okay, good.
Okay,
thank you so
then.
much for coming through.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hello?
Hi, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Am I on to the Freddie Kissoon show?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good night, gentlemen. I just need some assistance if you guys can help. With regards to the announcement made by the president recently with regards to the reintroduction, if that's the correct word, to the subsidy on the light bill, and it is for pensioners. Could you say if a pensioner is living in a rented apartment or a rented house, does that pensioner...
No, don't go any further. No. You have to show proof that you, remember, you don't have... Look, it's simple. For you to get the reduction like me, the contract has to be in your name. Now, if I move out and go live in John Singh's residence, where we have a number of independent flats, the contract will be with the owner of that apartment complex. The GPL has no contract with Mary Smith, who's a tenant. Now, if you have a contract with GPL and the light bill come in your name, you're entitled to the discount.
Okay, sir. So there is no other way that...
No, but you're not paying electricity bill to GPL. You're a tenant in somebody's home.
Yes, that is so, sir.
No, but GPL doesn't know you and doesn't have any relation with you.
So there's no other means by which, as a pensioner, because your status as a pensioner...
But how your status as a pensioner, you could benefit from that when you have no relation with GPL. If I work with Banks DIH and I retire, I have a relationship with them. I get a pension from them. If I work at DDL, you have no relation with GPL. How could you want assistance as a pensioner? I mean,
but I do understand your concern. Perhaps what should happen is that pensioners should be given some sort of little chit or paper or something to say, well, I'm a pensioner. When you go to pay the bill, when you go to pay that bill,
he's not paying the bill. No, he has no relation with GPL.
I understand the bill is not in his name.
He's a tenant.
He's not right. But
why should the owner of the building get?
No. But also, he is consuming electricity. He's a pensioner. Yeah, and so he has to pay for whatever electricity he uses. And as he's saying that as a pensioner, he
no.
I know
he doesn't have a pensioner. As a pensioner, he doesn't have a contract with GPL.
Right, but I'm saying that he's living somewhere where the people have a meter.
They have to decide the amount and who divided.
So what will be what would caller, if I may advise, is that what you can do, have a talk with your landlord and say, hey, unless this thing is in my name, I will not be able to get a reduction on payment.
You're living in a place with other tenants.
That is actually, hello?
Yes, we're hearing.
Hello?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that is what I'm actually asking, because even though as a pensioner, I'm living in a rented house, it doesn't change my status as a pensioner.
Right.
So
no, it does, sir. It does.
As you just said,
it does.
If the landlord can say that, or give me a letter stating that, or transfer the
meter to your name.
Yeah, he has to transfer the meter to you,
and then you'll become eligible for that.
The government cannot give all pensioners a subsidy on electricity because all pensioners do not have a meter in their name.
Okay, I appreciate that.
But again, sir, as a pensioner, I understand that you are, you have your expenses and you have to take care of them, but at the same time, if there are subsidies for pensioners, you're looking forward for that. So my advice to you is have a talk with your landlord and see what is possible. Because
so sirs, gentlemen.
Yes.
Would you guys be so kind as to find out if there is a possibility, and maybe I'll call back next Friday?
No. We wouldn't do that, sir. That is not possible, and there's no such possibility. The government cannot give a reduction in electricity output to some person who's not a customer of GPL.
Or are you asking whether it's a possibility that the meter can be transferred to your name?
Yes, that is what I'm asking.
Okay, no. You have to do that.
Right.
We can't inquire about that. You have to go and
the possibility exists between the. I'm sure you have a contract between you and your landlord.
Yeah.
So when you speak with your landlord, say, you can tell him, well, listen, this is what is happening. They are offering, but what I suggest you do before you do that is call GPL and tell them where are you living in?
I'm living in
LaGrange. So there is a GPL office close by there?
Well, what is going to call GPL and tell them?
Ask them what has to be done, whether the meter has to be in his name, and how that is going to work.
Why he needs to call GPL? He has a relationship with a landlord who has a meter in his name. They have to work that out.
But don't you think that GPL has to advise him as to what is the best course of action to be taken, how it should be done? If it's just a transfer, well, then he knows exactly it's just a transfer.
Yes, a transfer. There's nothing to contact.
Because if you go there and they tell you, it's not just a transfer, you have to get something else with 3 months bill and that kind of thing like that. So my thing is, get the advice from them also. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming through, man. Yeah, and I really hope that you get your subsidy.
I know how you feel, but the law is the law. I mean, you can't take the law into your own hand. You will get charged. You are a pensioner. You're paying electricity, but you're not a meter holder.
All right. Thanks for coming through. Right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No, you can't get this up.
Good evening, caller. You're live on here.
Good evening, Freddie and Akash.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
I have been fighting hammer and tongue over here for the government that I love, the PPP government. Mm-hmm. But however, I'm being...
You have the same problem with the phone. You're breaking up badly. It's the same problem as when you normally come in. Some points we are missing because you're breaking up. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah. Go.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Another call is coming through there.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening. You're on to the show. We are live on the air. So you are live too with us.
Okay, good night, and thank you guys for doing a great job.
Thanks so much.
Can I make a call with you off air, please?
Okay, you can. You can for me. My cell number, I don't have a WhatsApp number. I have a little $3,000 phone.
So much?
As you could see it on the thing here. But my number is 614-5927. I'll repeat it 2 other times and slowly so you can. 614-5927. For the third time, just in case you didn't get that or you need to get a pen.
927.
614-5927.
6927.
Yeah, the program ends at 10, and you can call me. You take some time to pack up and go out. You can call me about 10:15.
Or tomorrow.
So it's 614 5927.
Yeah, and Akash number is on the screen there. That's a WhatsApp number, 652-1314.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, bye.
Well, if you're still looking at us, send in what videos you have. If it's urgent, we will show it.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Yes. We hope you get a better line now, bro.
Well, I'm hoping so myself, Akash.
All right, good, yes.
But if you guys are hearing me...
We're hearing you clearly now,
You're
yes.
better this time.
Okay. Freddie, I am faced with a lot of disgruntled people coming in the U.S. on vacation, Guyanese, who are coming here to go back and blah, 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 with some very, 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 very nasty feelings of the government that myself, you, and Akash support, which is the government that I love, the PPP.
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, we had a one-on-one with a friend of mine, came from Guyana, a place called Pigeon Island.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very, very nasty about what the PPP is not doing enough for their supporters, meaning I don't want to use the words, you guys know what I'm talking about. And I was trying to explain to him that the government of the day do not have to do things to support the people of their color and their hair texture and their culture. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But he was so upset, and he was. All I'm trying to say, buddy, is that you guys are in a position to reach government officials. I don't live in Guyana. I live in the US, and talk to. We have elections coming up in a couple of mornings, and I would be the first person to drink poison if the PNC take over back that country.
Drink poison? You extreme, man.
No, I'm serious, because it means that we will go back to Bornham days, and I don't want that. I'm living in the US for a long time. I've mentioned this. I really shouldn't care about Guyana, but I love Guyana. I don't want my country to go down to a Venezuela.
Well, I'll tell you this. Many of the people that I talk to, perhaps on a daily basis also, from the diaspora, they express the same sentiments that you're expressing. And I think that it is the Guyanese people, the Guyanese public, who will have to decide at the end of the day what's best for them. And with the developments happening across this country, one has to be literally blind.
Is unquestionable, right? I'm smarter than that. I'm smarter than some of the people who are coming over here on visa and blah, 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 and are making those comments. I know that. But you also have to give the people that are not so smart a chance to express themselves.
Of course.
Yeah, that's true.
That's basic.
And Freddie, I'm begging you, buddy. I am begging you, buddy. There is some shortcomings coming from the government. Please use your professional position, and Akash.
Well, I have been an academic most of my after 20 years of age. I went into UG around 22.
You have been an academic for 55 years.
I have said up 10 times, if I was to advise anybody in power, it's in my DNA. I will have to tell them what I see on the ground. The problem with leaders is sometimes you fill their head with things, and that is not a friend. A friend should not fill the head of a leader with things that are not true. Man, people like you. Man, people are good for. Let me tell you, son. I have.
Call me Bob. Call me Bob last week.
I have unlimited respect and gratitude for Anil Nandalal. I know what Anil did for me. I've written about that. Anil has done a lot of good things for me. I know the president, when we were at UG, he was on the council, I was on the council. I think this guy is a different guy. I think he's going to eclipse Burnham, Jagan, and Rodney, the big names. And if I meet them, I would tell them how I see it. I would certainly hope. I am voting for the PPP in the next election. I wouldn't vote for anyone except Anil Nandalal and Orphan Ali. But if I do meet them, I will tell them what I see. I can't tell them what I don't see. But you have my word. If I do meet with them, I will tell them what I'm hearing.
Freddie, again, permit me to reiterate my emotional position here tonight. I am listening to the cries of people.
Mm. And these are people who you're saying are traveling from Guyana and going to the US for holiday and so on.
To the US.
And they talk to you about what's going on in Guyana, yeah.
Yes, and they, I would have spoken to a guy last night who is semi-entrepreneur, building a nice resort in Maikuri Creek. And we are looking at pictures of the place, and I'm telling you, when I come to Guyana, I definitely go to his place. But this man was so negative, and he was so negative, and I'm pleading with him, I said, boy, relax. What do you want? Right? And I also concluded, right? He is self-centered. He is self-centered because he was telling me he made more money under the coalition that he's making under the PP. And I'm talking about, you should not be thinking like that. You should be thinking about the country. Put the country, not your financial income compliments of corrupted practices and stuff like that. However, that's not the point, though. I have spoken to so many people who would have come into this country, Freddie Kissoon and Akash Persaud, and I can tell you, for the 50 or the 100 I would have spoken, at least 45 were very disgruntled. And again, I will continue to fight and stand up for the PPP government. I will do that until I did.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Bye-bye.
Take care, man.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey, see you next week. Good evening. Good evening. You're live on the air. We're hearing you loud and clear.
Yes, good evening, Freddie and Akash. I'm calling on problem as it relates to infrastructural work that has been done. Now, if you look at the railway embankment where they're supposed to be making the 4-lane highway, I think that some work is not being done properly because the railway embankment is already narrow. But then I see certain part, the concrete drain that they're making is close to some fence. and then some other parts, some other area now it's coming out more to the road, making the road like if it's a one-way road, like for instance, like Montrose. Instead of they make the drain like in the original drain that was there just behind the residence fence, they're making the drain now coming in more to the road. So like when that road is finished, you'll find that it will get difficult in parking on the road because the road will be so narrow or barely able to accommodate a 4-lane or 2-lane on that side. And if you look at some of the concrete gutter that they're making, you find that it has to divert to go back to catch some area that had the gutter that is closer to the fence. So I think the government should look into that. I don't know if anybody is sabotaging this work. And then starting partly, we say like by Sophia there, by the St. Stanislaus grass field, they made a drain there that is higher than the grass field. So now the grass field drain the original drain that was at the grass field now is lower than the concrete drain that they have put down there. And the soil that let me say the material that they're using to make the road is like just about 2 feet, 3 feet. It might be the most, and definitely the road gonna get some fast.
Well, Carl, if look, I took a drive to Enmore a weekend or two ago, and I used the railway embankment. So I see a lot of work going on there. Now, as relates to that drain there, when I look at the drain, yes, it is higher, but it is of my belief that road will be built. They will have to build it because it's the same old existing road that is there right now. But that road will have to be built, and it will have to go up to that level. So perhaps they are building it to that level one time because.
He's saying the original drain. So what about the grass field that is at to the southern side here? Now where the draining is gonna be? Because I think the road and the grass field should have drained in one drain because we select by UG there will be comments last year.
Right. That's by Patterson area there, right?
Pardon me?
It's
Patterson,
by Patterson area.
is where around, by
Sophia Patterson area there, right?
Giffland, by Giffland, yeah.
Before Giffland, yes.
It's gonna be go over the trench when you go into town over the trench.
Right. Yes. Yes.
The drain is the concrete drain that is there is higher than the land to the side. So when the land to the side is the southern side is, I think it's in Stanislaus grass field there.
Yeah, the sisters have the farm there.
Yeah.
Right. So where that land is going to drain, they have to make a separate drain. And similarly, the same thing at TV as well.
Do you know who's the contractor for that 4-lane highway in the railway embankment?
I think it's one Mr. Orskine. I talked to Mr. Orskine, and then as I'm saying, if you look at all let me say on the app, no, I'm not giving really app no praise it, right?
No, wait. There's a private contractor doing that thing, or it's the ministry.
No, I think it's a government contractor.
The government do. Well, you got to do something about that. You got to call one of the two ministers in the.
When you call the minister not answering, nobody answering because as I said, if you look your naked eye, you can see that there's a flaw. You look at TV as well, right? Just if you're going down to town, just past AGBT, the television station there, just put the drain at the side of the road, like he hung up this drain at the side of the road, so down to the southern side where Mr. Old and these people live in, Justice Old and these people live in, the original drain is still there way below the concrete drain that they made for the present road. And next thing also, Freddie, I noticed, I say you living by UG there.
Yeah, I live right around there, yeah.
The trench pass and the UG road that communicate with the Sophia trench. Now, I have noticed that they're making a pump over the southern side of the road to drain the Sophia trench there, the Liliendal trench. But right now, like they're digging under the road for the tube from the pump to pass, but the road starts sinking because when you're driving coming up the East Coast, you're feeling that drop. My suggestion is like if these people had do a proper investigation, they would have known that there is a trench run under UG Road run east-west that gone to Ogle where those two pumps are. They could and it gone to the sea while those two pump into a trench and then it goes to the sea where you get a coker, right? A smart engineer was going to take channel in that trench that run to those two pumps to communicate with the trench that run east to west, and you could have been still draining the Liliendal Canal.
Good observations. Good observations. I hope.
I heard they say they're gonna make a pipe canal at some of your Borbies, right? What I'm recommending, hope they think way ahead, and if they're gonna make any road, that they should make the foundation. If there's gonna be any bridge or so, make the foundation to accommodate the bridge, and don't wait until when the canal is finished, like what happened to the Hope Canal. Because when they were making the Hope Canal, which was a narrow trench, they could have made the foundation and the railway embankment there to accommodate the 4-lane road that is going there now. Now to work in that big volume, that large volume of work, what is a very technical work, which if they have made the foundation when the trench was dry and what's not, it could have been easier. So like in the future when they're making canal like that, if they know any road is going to pass anyway, make the foundation there and leave it.
I understand every word you're saying. So listen, the only thing I know about engineering is a woman named Janet Kissoon. She has a degree in chemical engineering. That's the only thing I know about any type of engineering. But I could tell you, they're incompetent, no apologies offered. They're incompetent engineers doing work in this country that is not acceptable. Akash and I have shown videos. You, Ministry of Work, I would think it's the Ministry of Work, put a parking lot across the trench in Lamaha Street at the Joshua Hospital for people to park. And one cannot be driving out and driving in. There's nowhere to go. Yet they put a walkway there that nobody walks on, and the grass is overtaken it because nobody will walk there. It's a parking lot. So why did you put a long wide stretch of pavement? How could anybody be so ignorant? Now, when you are driving into the car park and one is coming out, there is no way to give way. Yet right there is a wide... Who did that nonsense? Now look, behind the Marriott, there's a road leading there that hundreds of cars are parked there every week. They make a step, and you should see it's the widest step on any beach in the entire world. If you saw wide this step is for people to walk there, and the road is narrow. So when you're going over onto the beach at the back of Marriott and somebody's coming out, it's trouble. How could any engineer be so ignorant and do that?
But Freddie, that same place we were talking about on Lamar Street, anybody with good aesthetic value would have known, say, man, it was going to be so efficient to like revet that whole place before you make the thing and left a big piece of mud at the back. They could have revet a place like, oh, they have the army get the kind of material.
I'm telling you so.
Instead of leaving a big, like,
I'm telling you so. The president has too much on his plate. But I wanted to tell that president. I want to tell the president. If I see him, fire those engineers who did that thing.
I was over the river, I think it was last week.
Fire those engineers.
But just prior to the roundabout where they're doing the road on the west coast, I see they're raising the road. I don't know what's the reason for them building up the road there. And it's like that, the road. Look,
people criticize private contractors. I tell anybody in this country, on the length and breadth of this country, go and park on that parking lot opposite the hospital in Lamar Street. You will see the asininity of it. When you have a parking lot, people drive in and drive out. But when you're driving in, you meet head on with the person who's driving out.
I saw that.
What?
The next thing also I noticed with this infrastructure work, they're making these streets in this community very, very high. You cannot park at the side of the road because the road is too high than the park, so you cannot park.
Listen.
I was at a funeral in Bulletwood Street, Port Moran, and for you to pass somebody, you can only pass in front of somebody.
I want to believe.
On the part of the street you cannot pass because the road is far higher than the, than the shoulder of the road. I don't know why they're making these roads like that. It makes no sense to me. I don't know what really happened to the engineers all over the country. I can look for instance like at in Friendship Buxton Secondary School. That area is on a reef, is on a sand reef, is the highest part in the village. And they raised the road in front of the school. So now you have to walk down from the road to go into the school. The original road that was there was a reasonable height where it was.
Look, sir, thanks for coming.
Sir.
So I don't know why they raised the road.
Sir, watch. We're gonna take some. Sir, I really understand everything you're saying, and I hope that people are watching. But what I believe happened, it has to be like this. There are certain building codes, and even for houses, so there must be codes.
No, but these
for things. But
look for instance in Port Moran, they get a guy living, Indian guy. I don't know because they just passed. They just went to the funeral.
Listen.
Beautiful front.
All right, let's take some other calls. Thanks a lot. Okay. Okay, let's take some other calls, sir. So, we got other calls coming in. Let's take some other calls.
Good, thanks.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Good evening, caller. You're live on air.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, good evening.
Mr. Persaud, did you get any feedback on this airstrip, Ikerto airstrip?
Well, I tried to make contact with the gentleman whom you said is the contractor,
Charles. Right?
Charles. So far I have not been able to make contact with him. I've seen several other people post videos about it, and I believe that it has now engaged the attention of the government.
Okay then, thank you very much.
But don't forget my advice to you. You won't be bothering us. Keep calling.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
But I tried to make contact with the gentleman, but I couldn't get you.
Okay. Thanks a lot for calling. Let's take this other call.
This is a very long time.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I saw some videos too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming through. Let's take this other call. Hello. Hello. You got to lower your volume.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good night, guys.
Good night.
I stand to be correct, Mr. Kissoon. The thing you're talking about on Lamaha Street there, I don't think that was made to be a car park. I think people just started to occupy it and park their vehicles there. If I can recall when that was building, I think both His Excellency and the Minister Edgell, I think they said that was basically like an area where families can go and hang and whatnot. As I said, I stand.
No. You have to be corrected. It cannot be a recreational area because it has no facilities for that. It's one long straight pavement with the lights. There are no benches. There are no recreational. So it's from Albert right down to GRA.
On Camp Street.
There is one straight piece of pavement. There is nothing there that looks recreational. There's no bench. There's no there's nothing.
And if so be the case, caller, if
it's not for parking, they should stop people from parking
and put barricades.
Put a gate where people could only walk in.
But if you look at the entrance from Lamaha and the St. John Road.
Yeah, I know that. That looks recreational.
Right. Mm-hmm. They have two things there that they would block off.
Yeah.
But even outside of the parking, Mr. Kissoon, the minibus drivers and other drivers would use it as a road. Even the police would fly through there when the traffic is heavy. And those are things I observe every single day.
I saw somebody driving through the Merriman's Mall today. That stretched by between Light Street and the street. There was traffic, and somebody just took there and they fly through.
You want me to knock you behind your head with this paper?
What happened?
They don't have Light and East Street.
No. I'm saying.
That's my people.
I'm saying
between Light and East Street.
So there's a stretch between. So there's Light Street here.
Right, and the next street is Cummins.
Cummins, yeah. They have Light.
Oh, it's Cummins, right? Yeah. So it's Cummins and yeah, that's right. It's Cummins and East Street. So
outside of that, I think these Guyanese are not appreciating the development that this country is going through. We need to appreciate the effort that the government is making when it comes to development. Yet, yes, there's still a lot that they need to get right. They doesn't have everything.
No, but the government, you have to wait a minute. The government intentions are good, very good. I think this government intends to do good for the Guyana. But when you tell a guy, go and beautify the Botanic Gardens, your intention as a policymaker is to beautify the Botanic Gardens, but you don't know he's going to put a pool right at the entrance. You don't know. I'm sure the president don't know some of these things that the Ministry of Public Works have done. You have to do what Akash and I do. Go and examine it yourself. Go to the road leading to the beach at the back of Marriott. You will see one of the white.
I know that area there. I always wonder whenever I'm going there.
Why they make that step so wide?
They put a step there in the first place.
Nobody even put a step. You see how wide that step is, and it's the road that needs to be wide. You go.
I know about that, but you see, sometimes we also as citizens, Mr. Kissoon, we need to take a stand against these things. You know,
we showed that thing. We showed that thing
on the government. But we as citizens, we need, if we see something, and His Excellency will say this a lot. Works are going on in your area, and it's not what's supposed to be done, or you have an issue. We have the power to stop the work and get the attention of the relevant authority.
I don't know what more we could do with that thing that we showed on UG Road. They put a pavement on UG Road on the western side of the road. And when they reach the trench, the road is right, so people are going to lose their life, because when these big trucks coming through and you move, you've gone in the trench. All you have to do, Saul, and the president doesn't know about this because he's a busy man. He doesn't know that they put a pavement there, and
they have programs. They have programs like these that would help to highlight these things, and you know, hopefully that somebody here and draw it to his attention, because our president is a hard worker.
Man, that man is so busy.
Yeah, he's
so the man is a man running the leading Caribbean country. He's got so much on his plate. Diversification of the economy, etc. You can go and tell him, man, a contractor build a pavement on UG Road and it near to the trench. If I meet the president, I wouldn't bring that up. I mean, it just looks bad telling a president of a country about some of the mistakes the Ministry of Public Works does. It was a major thing. I mean, but I take your point that I fully support you, but we got to do something about that. If it's not for parking, then they have to close it off. But if it's for parking, Akash and I did it. He drove in, and I was driving out, and there's no way you could pass.
All right, thanks for coming, Chewy. I have another video here to show.
Okay, hope to hear from you next week.
Okay, man.
Right. So remember the person calling from Nomprel Enterprise area with the dust issue. Here's the video. Let me show you the video. Look how the dust flying. Wow. I mean, there is. Hold on. Let me plug it like this. Computer. Okay, So let me show you the video. This is what's happening there with the dust. We're getting some issues.
Let me take
here.
this call.
Yeah. All right.
Good evening.
While the call is going through, we can
you will look at it. Good evening.
Yeah, Freddie, the caller that called just now, that place was made for parking because the parking bay has already been lotted out.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah. You have the yellow lines for parking, so I don't understand. He probably meant well when he said it was designed and built for recreational purpose, but then somebody changed their mind because it has the parking slots out. But I'm telling you, Saul, I have no knowledge of engineering. And I am telling you, please, I'm speaking to the people of this country now, please go and look at that parking lot. There is only one word to describe it: nonsense. When you drive in, and someone is driving out, there is nowhere to go.
Yeah, because as I said, they give up some place some space to the trench. If they had put a revetment to the trench, like the edge of the trench here now, they could have got...
No. Akash and I looked at it. Right next to the road, the parking road, they have a walkway that could accommodate you.
No, but what I'm saying, when they were developing the place, they could have bring the revetment could have come to the edge of the water and the trench, and they could have...
Man, I'm telling you, when I saw that thing, I'm afraid to go there. My wife went to the ENT. I took her to the ENT, ear, nose and throat department at the Georgian Hospital. They have the best ENT treatment facilities. My heart was in my hand driving in because someone driving out, there's nowhere to go. And at my age, I am not very skillful in doing long reverse. A young man like Akash could do it, but somebody has to reverse. But look, thanks for coming through, so I hope they do so. I hope...
One thing more, I think like some of these work are being done like if somebody's sabotaging. I think that step by Marriott, I think somebody said to hell with that. Yes. I can do some shopping sale. I'm telling you, nobody builds a step leading onto a beach next to a road with a step so wide. The whole of some small nations could walk on that step. That step is built for about 20 people at the same time walking. And in fact, I am there every afternoon. If 10 people a month walk on that step, so thanks for coming through. We got another call. Hope to hear from you next week.
Robert, is that okay? Now, if it's okay, show it while we're taking the call, so we can show. This is Nonpareil area with the dust that the ladies talk about. We'll take this call also while we're doing that. Good evening, caller. You're live on air.
Yeah, good afternoon. Freddie and Akash here.
Yeah.
I live between GLDA and Ministry of Agriculture. And there's a small road. And they have the Ministry, the Agriculture School.
Yeah, I know it very well, yeah.
Right, good. Freddie, there's not a pavement there. And from Ministry of Agriculture to the school, there's a set of vehicle park up, even if you put a pavement there. So when you're driving out from there, you had to wait, and then students coming out from GLDA in the morning and evening, and it's so when somebody died, then they might do something. But there's a set of vehicle park up, man, to mechanic shop they park.
Man, you don't have a video to send us or a photograph?
I have a video tomorrow morning.
Yeah, send it to Akash WhatsApp number. And we'll show it Friday.
Up in the area, the mechanic shop had a vehicle park up where students, international students had to go. But you have the GLDA CEO, the CEO of the seeing that every day. Another pavement, and the road's so small, only one vehicle at a time. You have to pull on the pavement from vehicle pass from GLDA to Ministry of Agriculture. Okay. Everybody seen that, the president that's going on here, everybody that's going on here, they're seeing that. When international students get knocked down and dead, then somebody will say something. And the mechanic shop, there was 7 mechanic shops coming down the road. Everybody parked the vehicle on the right-hand side where people had to walk. And them students had to walk, they made international students.
All right, thanks for coming through. Let's take this call as we're winding down in time. Hope to hear from you next week. Hello, good evening. You're live on the air?
Good evening, sir. Gentlemen?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. I have an issue with GTT, now known as One Communication. Now, my brother and I have the same plan, postpaid plan. We paid our bill. When he tried to make a call on the 20th of August, can't make a call. He was cut off. Then from the 20th to now, I was calling GTT, the call center, inquiring about this thing. Only thing I'm getting is sorry. I'm getting a lot of invoice number, case number, and INC numbers. Eventually, I decided to go to GTT and ask to see the manager. Well, I on 2 occasions, I could not have done that. Now, I went to Star Computers to find out, because all of these postpaid bills, normally if you paid this month, you pay July bill. So I went and asked the teller, the agent, how much I have to pay on my brother's bill, which is the number is 6242888. And I said, do you want the invoice number and the account number? She said, no. I said, all right. Then she told me that she don't see anything here for him to pay, which I know that cannot be so. Because I have the same plan, and I know I have to pay about $3,000 this month for July month. So I said, how that happened? Because she said, your brother, they called him, and he did not agree, and they decided to switch him to prepaid or cut him out. I said, how can you do something like that? That is the only company I know that when you pay them, they cut you off and they decide to put you on any plan that they feel like doing it to you. So I am very perturbed about this. I went to the PUC and I wrote a statement concerning it, and I'm going to the ends concerning this matter, because this is the first time, and we are dealing with GTT, which is One Communication, for decades. Because the number that they cut off is a 624 number, and I know for a fact 624 numbers are postpaid. Most of them are postpaid numbers, right? So, and I also have other problems, but I would not go on with the rest. But this here is really atrocious. So thanks for allowing me.
Yeah, but keep banging away. The complaints about GT&T since they start operation here must run into the millions. I have a public figure that is known, and they do nonsense to me too.
We are well known as well, but I won't call my name as yet. But thanks for accommodating. You guys doing an awesome job, an exemplary job. I went to make a call. I made a report to the PUC. I can't remember the lady, but she did an exemplary job in collecting my
good. Well, don't give up. They should not have arrogantly transferred you to prepaid.
Right.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Right.
Bye.
So we have about 10 minutes more to go. Freddie, how are you enjoying the mitai and the salsa?
No, this thing is good.
Yeah, remember Malia's kitchen, right?
I want to eat some more mitai, but I'm going home to eat bhaji and dal with rice and saltfish. I'm actually going home to eat that.
You eating a late dinner tonight?
Yeah. I didn't have a big lunch, so I'm going home to eat bhaji with
what kind of bhaji is that? Pork bhaji?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, bhaji is bhaji. You have you have pak choy. You have
poi. Chowra. You got enough edda leaf.
Hello.
A very good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
I got 3 concerns pertaining to what's happening currently here.
Okay, we got 9 minutes more. Good.
All right. The first thing is that I know that the government is wanting to see good for the country and good for the people. However, I believe communication can be better organized.
Why I'm saying so. Now they have some projects that's going on. Moving pipelines from years that was planted. However, these roads that is digging up, they dug up, is roads that recently repair back. Now when these roads dig up back now, they dig back these roads that recently paved. Now I'm asking the government why they don't do a management between GWI and public works, etc. that for spending these money to repair the roads. So when you're done repair the roads, you got to dig back these roads, take out pipelines, and then repair back the roads back again. That's just one. Two, it seems like drowning in this country is legal. And forgive me for saying so. Two child recently passed away without any arrest was made, and not only this one here. Many other time at that same location, persons lost their lives, and no arrest was made, no investigation. Whether if it is parents, whether if it is the owner, whether if it was who. Now, if you take out your child out, you're going to leave them by themselves, or say that you ask somebody to look at your child in water.
It was when I read that thing, I was thinking to myself, like, where is the supervision?
Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong here. The police need to do their work.
But let me say this, caller, that to say that also, that I don't think it was nobody would want their child to die and all that, but the supervision should have been there, and I think they called in all the people who were operating these creeks and so on. They called them in, and they said that they must have lifeguards and there are other things that they must have. So I hope that. I'm sorry that two kids had to die.
Yeah,
Okay, your third one, because the operator just said we have 5 more minutes.
My third one. It was recently announced that the president wanted to see a modernized capital city, etc. That's very good, everybody would want.
Hello?
We lost.
Hello? I don't know what happened there.
I think we lost him.
Well, we lost that caller.
Sorry, caller, we lost contact with you.
If you're looking at the program, call back quickly. We now have 4.5 minutes. So, if you're looking at us, we have 4.5 more minutes to go. And if you have any video to show us, or any photograph to show us, so the Guyanese people can see things they need to see. And if you see any area of neglect that the government need to know about, let's point this out to the government, because the government cannot know everything that is going on. They cannot see every little wrong that every physical thing that is dropping down. So it is for you, the citizens, to bring it to our attention in this program. You can do that. Of course, I shouldn't say that you'll get redress, or redress will be forthcoming, because that wide step behind the barrier is still there. Anyway, let's take this call. 4 minutes more to go.
Good evening, caller. You're live on air.
Hi, good evening. I'm calling to commend you guys for your last show last Wednesday. That show concerning with Mr. Lowe.
The debate on the economy.
Yes, and I must say that it was very, very informative, and you guys should do much more of those shows, because we were able to see the different perspective and the different numbers and stuff that was the PPP, also the AFC. So I think you guys should continue down that line so we, as the viewing public, is able to see all of those stuff.
More debates.
More debates.
All right.
Okay then.
Thanks for coming.
Sure.
Thanks for.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Right, 3 minutes to go.
3 minutes to go. So call us. If there are any videos to show us, please show them now. We need to do what we have to do before the 3 minutes are up. So I find the caller that spoke about some of these infrastructural defects by the Ministry of Works. We complain all the time about private contractors, but some of those things I see that the Ministry of Public Works did. It's either ignorance, sabotage, or asininity. I am not going to that car park outside the Georgetown Public Hospital in Lamar Street because there is no way to reverse when someone is coming. Something has to be done to re-architecture that car park. It makes no sense. I mean, when you look at it, Akash, does it make any sense?
Well, I don't think that it was. You know what? Somebody call. Take the call.
Good evening. We got 2.5 minutes more. Hello? 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 Please call back.
Yeah, perhaps it was over.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening, good evening.
Yes.
I want to say that if somebody do something wrong, okay? If somebody do something wrong, that does not give you the right to do the same thing. Because what I find the government loves to do, every time something is raised, right? So every time something is raised, you hear that some ACNUR did something when they was in government. So if I'm telling you that you commit a murder of one person, now let me not go so deep. But if I tell you being caught of stealing $1 million, you will go back and say, well, what happened when ACNUR thieves $2 million? So that gives you the right to thieve the $1 million? I'm just raising that simply because I mean, you can't be in a government for 4 years and still talking about a government that was beaten out for years. The reason why people change government is because one may be doing things bad, so they put in somebody else to do things right. So when you now go in, it's your turn to do all the right things. So when you're being caught, or no, when something's been highlighted that is not going the way the masses or the voters or the public may want to do, you now don't go back and say, well, we do it so, you talk about why I do, but why you don't talk what ACNUR they doing? There's no way to develop a country, there's no way to correct things. If this government comes out now and another government comes in, another comes in the future, their job is to put things right. They can't keep going back and say, well, when PP was in power, then they're doing this and then they're doing this. So if I thief $1 million, what will happen with that? Because they thief $2 million and this type of thing. So this for that do things, they ain't doing nobody no good. This is my contribution.
All right.
Okay, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right.
Okay, our time is up, so we just want to push in one more call, and that's it. One last call.
Quickly to
caller, we're over time, so it gotta be very, very quick. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, we're hearing you.
Hello.
Yes, hello, sir.
Just a quick question. What happened with the voice of reason? What happened with Gildari?
Gildawi has gone into business. His business would not allow him to be on the program anymore. He has a business with screens, advertising screens on the East Bank, and he's expanded his business. So it's not possible for him to host the show anymore.
His objectivity is certainly missed.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he should be back then. Yeah.
So thanks to your opinion. There are 9 billion people in the world, and there are 9 billion opinions. You're entitled to your opinion, and you have a right to express it.
All right. So
thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. So remember these. As I said, tonight we are featuring Malia's Kitchen and their products. Check it out in the leading supermarkets in Georgetown.
So that's it. Quickly, Akash, anything before we go?
No, nothing more. Yeah.
Okay, so we will see you on Monday. Monday is Yom Nabi's holiday. The police, the medical system, security, media, we work on holidays. We will have a program on Monday, and we will have a program on Wednesday, and call in next Friday. So there is a program on Monday. Have a pleasant weekend, and please take the colonialism out of your mind and support your country, support your local manufacturers. It is something that, it is a frustration that runs very, very deep in me. And it is more frustrating lately because of the vast amount of supermarkets that come into the country. I live next to one of the biggest supermarkets in Guyana, and I see how people are neglecting, much to my deep psychic chagrin, I see how people are neglecting local products. With that in mind, I'd like to wish you a very pleasant weekend on behalf of Akash Persaud and our operators. Have a pleasant weekend. Bye-bye. Catch you later.